深的中东买家穆尼尔先生啊，欢迎穆尼尔先生 ，Welcome 穆尼尔，Welcome。
Good afternoon, Munia. 你好。
啊
Yes, my first question is that like we come across to meet a lot of Middle East buyer. They always demand lower price, and we explain to them if we lower the price, there will be some bad effect on the quality because we may need to substitute something not that good to come across to make the price lower. So is it really for Middle East buyer they concern more about price or about quality?
Yes, the Middle East buyers, I've been in many Middle Eastern countries, like more than 22 countries I visited, I worked, and I have experience in the culture because of the communication skill. I'm native of an Arab country, Middle Eastern country, Lebanon.
Yes.
And they always seek a competition. They want to win a competition. In Middle East, first, we have to consider it's a family business. It's not a corporate with 10 different board of director and everyone come from different ethnic group and everyone come from different culture. No, they are one culture, one family. They have the same family name, whether it's a small company or a bigger company. So their target is to win competition against their enemies in the market. We can call them as a competitor, but they take it personal sometimes, that limit. And what's happening on the other hand, after COVID, Chinese business people, whether they are trading companies or they are factories, they're sending mass mailing to the one who's concerned and to the one who's not concerned. They just hit any phone number, whether they have WhatsApp, WeChat, or emails, massive emailing, massive contacts. And then they come with different results. Some people, they're not interested at all. They block them. Some people, they're interested, but first thing they want to know is the price. Now, the decision maker in buying in those companies in the Middle East are always, you have to consider they are always above 40 years old. That's 90% they are above 40 years old. Because in a family, the founder is the father who's like these days about 65 or 70 years old. He started giving power to his older son. And at that case, the older son, he want to communicate with somebody in near his age. So when he noticed online, he's communicating with some very young person, even if she speak or he speak English well, he start to expect to have an upper hand on the conversation and control the conversation. But on the other side, the Chinese sales lady or salesman, he tried to do the tricks that he learned that don't reveal the price immediately. And this has caused some irritation with the Middle Eastern people. When I ask a question, I expect an answer straight to the point. And what I notice in many Chinese communication with the Middle Eastern, they go around and around talking about quality, about fast shipping, and they never answer the question immediately. That causes irritation and causes lack of interest. So whether we need to train those young people and stay in the front line, or we need to move them back to the back line, they still can be a big help for any company, trading or factory, and put somebody like yourself, Mr. Anthony, somebody who has experience worldwide and he know how to deal and he have more patient and less eager to close a deal and get his commission. So first we have a gap in communication. That's to start with. Then we have a gap of trust. He wants a low price so he can guarantee if he got any defect in the orders, the profit that he make, the big profit, can cover whatever he throw away from the defect. Now, the good thing about platforms, same like platform made in China, they verify the supplier. So as a businessman myself, when I see a verified supplier, I feel rest at ease because this supplier, somebody visit his factory, know his details, and know his overheads even, and know that this supplier is solvent and can deliver. So in that case, business people like myself and anybody in the Middle East, he'll feel comfortable if he's not traveling to deal with somebody that was verified by a platform, recognized platform worldwide, like Made in China and other platform. And then he can start business. Now, the next step, next level to that is if this platform open in the potential cities, I don't mean every country in the Middle East, which is like, Arabic countries are 22 already. Opening in the most efficient one, especially like GCC, where people has money, has wealth, and they can spend, like we're calling UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Oman. Opening in these countries, and even North Africa, Egypt is a big potential. There's population over 100 million, and they don't manufacture many things, so they rely on China. And we have, as a Chinese business people, we have a treasure in our hand that our ancestors gave us, which is repetition. Look at the best air conditioning in the world now. They are Agree. Second runner-up is Hisense, Midea. They develop an excellent reputation. AUX and Huawei, and the cars JAC. Now everywhere you can see them. The cars GAC also, and Hongqing. We have this famous reputation about high quality and durability. Why to spoil it by giving the first-hand opinion to our salesperson who is rookie, who just start to graduate from university and sit on the computer and contact? The person who contact has to be more experienced. We have to deal like government as a Chinese trade mission. Government, they have embassies, so we can have liaison office. This is what we call boot on the ground. If having in Dubai a small liaison office, beside the business people will communicate to bargain the price, we have somebody who call them and follow up directly. And even if we need a visit, we go visit that enterprise and explain our point of view and promise them the fast delivery. It's time now not to spoil the treasure we built in the last 30 years. Canton Fair was very prosperous before the COVID and before the geopolitical tension happening. We don't know where is this going to end, but if we go back to the past, World War III, there was a lot of tension. World War II was a lot of tension between 1935 and 1943. So the duration, it lasts like 8 years. We don't know. Maybe this tension will remain 8 years. We hope not. But talking about the price, in the Middle East, they have a lot of overheads. I tell you, it's a formula. If your country is very receptive and can receive shipment easy, and the custom is all computerized, and you can go green, and you can pay customs when the shipment is in transit, automatically the rents in this country is high. If a country, without naming any country, has some kind of tight custom duty and very high inspection for the goods coming in and delay, and there is no criteria to clear in 72 hours, they can hold it for long because there is some kind of corruption in the system. In this country, the rent is low. But again, this country do not import a lot from China because of the difficulty of imports. So when you have a good client and potential to ship from China, you have high rent, high medical insurance, high visas, work visas, high residency visas, resident for the employee. Mm-hmm. So the cost is high. Then automatically it shows for the first scene, it shows that, oh, they're making big profit. No, they're putting big profit because the markup has to be high to cover all the expenses. So I understand your point. As a manufacturer, I put myself in the shoes of a manufacturer, and I can see then if I reduce the density and the durability of the product, I can reduce the price. But here again, we have to face this obstacle, this hurdle. It's we have to give a counter value.
Okay.
That's mean we have to minimize these days our profit as a factory or as a trade company, reduce our profit. It's not a normal 8 years or maybe 5 years. I hope it's only 2 years. But we had it one punch after the other toward our business and our economy. We started with the COVID. 2 years later, we started with the geopolitical tension. So to survive these tsunamis, we have to reduce our profit to still tempt the client. Once we send him the price, he don't run away.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's happening with a lot of manufacturer and trade companies. You send them the price to the client, and the client then don't answer his phone, don't answer his email. He just drop and look for others. So he just use the first contact for measuring up to see, example, this engine or this aluminum profile or this building material, what's the price is around as info price. Then he keeps shopping, because as I say, there is a lot of platform, and these platforms, they're all reliable, and they verify the supplier. So the poor companies and the poor factories, they are the one who are lone wolf. They are alone. They don't want to spend money for the platform. They don't want to spend money to participate in exhibition, which is very high in cost, by renting the spot, the booth for 3 days, and the hotel, and paying a high price to be in an exhibition. So these companies, they're gonna suffer unless they consolidate together and they join, whether the website of Made in China or other famous website, but they have to be part of a group, so they sail together. Little boats, unfortunately, they don't have a place to sail during these big waves. And even the big boats who are gonna carry the small boats, they need to reduce the profit to tempt the client. The client is ready to buy. His money is there. His clientele in his country, they need the product. Everybody believe in high quality Chinese product. Even medium quality is acceptable. But let's sharpen our pencil and scratch the old quotation and give a very competitive quotation. Because as a buyer, I noticed in one market in China, whether I'm in Guangzhou or in Shenzhen or in Yiwu, in one market, the same item manufactured by the same factory, which is unknown, unanimous, I can find it in shop number 1 at the $10 example, shop number 3, $8. I go 1 mile away walking, and I find it at $6. So the trust is shaky. This is when you visit physically. Now everybody is visiting online to save the profit.
Yeah,
this is the case. Competition is crucial.
Okay, thank you. Let me explain to the audience here in Chinese. 就是莫里亚的意思就是说，我稍微简单，因为他讲的比较多的内容嘛，然后我简单的总结一下，就是他的意思是说，你必须要有一个有竞争力的价格去吸引客户，而不是说你因为普遍的中东客户对中国产品呢是能够接受终端质量的。你可以不是最好，但是你起码能够是属于终端质量的，那你客户已经可以接受，就不要是质量有问题的那种，因为你可能拿到一个订单，但是后面继续就没有的。他的意思呢是说，当你第一次接触客户的时候，尽可能给一个比较低一点的价格去吸引对方有兴趣跟你谈下去，否则的话可能就出现客户就没反应，他其实就在找别人去报价。再到处找别人去报价，去找一个比较合理一点的价格。So I always encourage the salesperson in China to either go personally to Middle East to meet the client face to face, or they will have to call the client by phone or by video conferencing. This way you can get a better communication rather than send them an email, because mostly salesperson in China, they don't write good email. So on your point of view, do you agree with that, or you have any better suggestion for the salesperson in China to start meeting with them?
Yes, I do agree with that, because email for bigger file, for bigger catalogs. Even now in WhatsApp, you can find, you can receive a big catalog, and e-catalog is very famous and very reliable. Yes. And I save them. When I receive a nice catalog, I save it to show it to my clients also, because I do for myself, like a representative in Dubai, and I rely a lot on Chinese product. And I recommend Chinese product, and I show the difference between Chinese and European. Mind you, during COVID, I had to buy building material from Spain, and not anywhere in Spain. Spain, the Galicia side, this is on the Atlantic, to ship to Canada in 12 days. And that time from China is 70 days. And one container, high cube, 40 feet, used to cost me only $2,700, while in China was $14,000 to Canada. So
Yeah.
the building material, even the price at FOB or X work was much lower in China. With the calculation per square meter, it will come for tiles or any other items, it will come the same. But the client is tempted having the goods in 12 days instead of waiting 70 days, and there is a war risk. And between Europe and US or Canada, there is not so many military vessels in the sea. But in the southern China Sea, near the Indian Sea also, you can't count them. There's so many. And this is what's causing the delay in shipping and inspection on board. And we all know it. It's not a secret. It's all in every news. So at that time, the competition was bad, not in China favor. Now, by contacting by WhatsApp or by phone is much better, as you said, because email, it will start to become like, for fast contact, it's become like telegraph. We're dated. WhatsApp, I find it very fast. And some people are already who visited China at least once, they know that WeChat is very reliable for Chinese because it has instant translation and to make the communication better. But unfortunately, in the Middle East, especially the country that has the money, like a GCC, Gulf country, there are 6 countries. These people, they don't have WhatsApp call and they don't have WeChat call. So, but still, WhatsApp is very popular here, and it's a fast communication. And from WhatsApp, you can have the phone number and call them if needed. But then you need somebody. The problem, the one who speaks English well, the new generation, we call them Gen Z, the one born after the year 2000, they speak fluently English and they know all the American and English songs, but they don't have the ethics. We're talking about a client who's over 40 or over 45 years old. He needs special care during the conversation. He needs a special delay in time to let him think, to be more patient.
Yes.
I know teenagers or people, Gen Z, like they are under 24 years old. They're so eager to finish first client, next. It's not work like that. This will make the client go away and not interested in the conversation even.
Okay.
You need some more patient people who's rely on the long-term relation and try to build and gain trust with the client on the other end of the line.
So if they call, they have to speak slowly, louder.
Not only slowly, give him time, answer the question straight to the point. If he asks for the price in the first minute of the conversation, you have to reply. The price is not, he's not asking you to taking your clothes off. He's asking you, give me the price. Because he want to jump straight to the end. If you find the price interesting, because in Arabic we say su sa'ar, it all both start with the S, but in English it's market is the price. If there's no price, there's no market. So when I ask for commodity example, air conditioning unit, a split unit air conditioning, I want to have a couple of containers. And how much is your 9,000 BTU? If you tell me our 9,000 BTU have a plasma and it has a Mitsubishi Japanese compressor, the question was the price. Many times myself, I tell the lady or the man on the other end, I tell him, well, how many times do I have to ask you the same question to be answered? I ask him like 4 or 5 times and he keep running around it. It's not hide and seek. Then I don't find reliable. And immediately I ask, how old are you, example, Mr. Tom? And he told me, I'm 21. I knew it before. I don't mean offense, but I have son and daughter also. They are in 20s. And this is the attitude generally. They want things fast. They want to gain the money fast. No, it's like fishing. You throw your line in the water, you have to be patient.
Yes. Let me explain Chinese to the audience. 他的意思，我问他呢，就是我们很多时候要跟客户联系的时候，可以通过，我不是一直是推荐大家给客户打电话或者是视频电话嘛。那我还是发现很大部分的业务员还是喜欢发邮件。那 但是问题是你发邮件，你的英语表达能力是有限的，那这样的话就会导致到，如果对方的英语水平不高的情况下，那个会浪费很多时间，而且可能那个你想表达的东西表达不到位，或者是对方同样的表达东西表达不到位，就会造成一个误会。那莫尼尔呢，他建议就是说，用 WhatsApp 给客户打电话。微信不是没有，但是也是有部分的中东国家可能都是还是喜欢用 WhatsApp。那当我们打通电话之后，客户如果问你价格的话，你必须要马上给客户一个回复，不要要来要去。那当然我估计也是有些部分的产品，因为是定制的东西，它可能不能够可以马上给到价格的话，那你要跟客户讲清楚这个原因，不是说要来要去的，让客户有一个错觉，觉得你不想回答，那就会导致到你那个联系就无效了。那穆尼尔他的推荐就是说，你打电话的话，尽可能说的比较慢一点，然后你要给多点时间对方去考虑回答。就是需要多点耐心去对待你的客户，这个是他给的一些建议。So in terms of right now in China, they have a gadget. They call it iFiTech, the translator.
Yeah.
The Middle East client, do they mind if you call them, we use the translator to translate it to Arabic?
No, they don't mind.
They don't mind.
Actually.
Okay.
They don't mind. But sometimes I witnessed before when Chinese people was using this Google Translator. I can see it even on official board, like walking in Guangzhou Street. I see a place. It's the Directory of Water and Electricity or something like that, and it's written in Arabic. But the Arabic is made letter by letter, so it takes special skill. Even I write editorial in Arabic magazine and Arabic newspaper, and I'm really well educated in Arabic writing. And it took me like 5 minutes to figure out what they want to mean. So I rely on my English education, read it in English to know. But after it was amazed to learn what they wrote in Arabic. So it's not precise.
Okay.
But
that would be an option for the salesperson.
Yes, artificial intelligence could be a big help in redesigning some backgrounds, redesigning some, give suggestion of some logos, things like that. But we always need a human.
Okay.
Otherwise, look, if a factory or a trading company are well oriented toward business, they look at successful government and they try to copy.
Okay.
What I meant before with liaison office, it's like the embassy for a government. What I meant for face of the company, it's like when you watch the news and CCTV in your country, in China, you see a pretty woman or a pretty man announcing the news, but he's not the one who wrote it. The one who wrote it is an older man with a lot of wisdom and with good direction and well-oriented toward the administration will. The administration will tell you, we want this fact to be developed in this manner. And he did it perfectly. And the pretty face on the camera and on the microphone, he's the one who just announced it. He cannot change a word in it. So we have to keep an eye on our youngster, try to keep them on the second line, not on the front line.
Okay.
And
let me translate. Let me translate again. 他的意思呢，就是说，你可以用那个翻译软件，或者是翻译机去帮你去做这个翻译但是呢，他的意思是说，有时候翻译机可能翻译出来的还是会有一点误差，但是他这是特别推荐，如果可以的话，我们可以利用那个 AI，去做一个翻译，可能会相对好一点点，这个就是刚才他表达的意思然后他也不断的强调一点就是说，如果你要联系一个中东客户的话，他是他的意思是尽可能是年纪相对大一点的，因为他需要点耐心，你不要，他就一直表达就是年轻人可能就比较急，就没有那个耐心的去听对方去说话所以大家这一点要特别注意。Okay, so if I may, I want to contact a new Middle East client. What's your suggestion? Like step 1, 2, 3, what we should do to contact a Middle East client?
Yes, the internet now facilitate, even in China, they have VPN, many people, and they can go to Google and, example, I'm shipping building material. I'll put in Dubai, who's the best, biggest, 10 biggest companies in building material, 10 biggest distributors. And then I have their phone number. I can call and get a WhatsApp number because I want to send you an offer and a quotation that's really tempting from China. Believe me, the heritage that the China industry built in the last 30 years is an Oscar prize. It's a big, valuable heritage. So the client know automatically in all Middle East, they have at least 5 levels: low quality, acceptable quality, medium quality, high quality, super high quality. Then he can make his choice. So when you say, I'm calling you from China, as a Middle Eastern, we're happy. We're happy. Now, in the conversation, some mistakes happen, and then it might ruin the relation. But in general, the relation could be successful by saying, I know you're good in building material as an old company in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, and we want to offer you some quotation. Please try us, give us a chance to try, and thank you for listening to us. So the person, he having buying from, example, Xiamen, some marbles, and then he say, well, how much you price me the Calcutta marble? So they're speaking the same language. But most of the time, I warn the Chinese people, don't put somebody who doesn't know anything technically. And this is, I face all the time. When I ask a technical question, the lady or the man on the other side, again, the young man, I'm not against them, and say, I have to ask our technician. But most of the time, they are trading company and they don't have a clue about the product. So he called the factory, then it become a telegraph thing. It takes 2 days to get a quotation. When people want a quotation, they are under influence, they need to buy that container, they need an answer in the same day. This is a big point. When they ask technical question, the answer has to be ready.
Right. So you mean that they have to be knowing the product inside out at least, so they can answer at least most of the basic questions?
Yes, because you're talking to a person, he inherit his business from his father in the Middle East. This is what happened, family business. So he learned it bit by bit, step by step. You cannot put in front of him somebody who want to sell him something and he doesn't know, he just know the price and know how much percentage is getting off the deal. So you have to put somebody who can answer, overcome any question, especially technically. And this is very important.
Okay. Let me translate again. 他的意思啊，就是如果你去接触一个新的中东客户，你应该是选择打电话过去的，因为对于中东人来说的话，其实有一个中国人从中国打电话过去，他们是很开心的，他们接到那个电话是会很开心的。但是要注意一点的就是，当你要去打电话接触客户的时候，你一定要对你的产品很清楚了解。就是客户当要问你一个技术上的问题的话，你不能够跟客户说，哎呀，我要去问问我们的老板，我要去问问我们的外贸经理，这个是不可以接受的。就是说你要打电话的话，你首先也要充分的准备，你对你的产品应该要很清楚了解，尤其是一些技术上的数据，你应该很懂。这样的话，当对方问问题，你马上能回答的话，是能够增加他对你的信任度的。所以如果有想给客户打电话的，要注意这一点啊。So, okay, thank you, Mr. Munier.
We are very happy to communicate with you.